Actress Elizabeth MacRae, famous for her roles in General Hospital and Gomer Pyle USMC, has passed away at the age of 88. MacRae died peacefully at Highland House Rehabilitation and Healthcare in Fayetteville, North Carolina, as reported by local news outlet City View. "She had a wonderful life," said her nephew Jim MacRae. "She was bright and articulate. She was still getting fan mail at Highland House." MacRae was born in Columbia, South Carolina, and grew up in Fayetteville. After graduating from Holton Arms School in Washington, D.C., she auditioned for Otto Preminger's production of St. Joan in Atlanta, Georgia, but didn't get the part. Determined to act, MacRae moved to New York City and got her first TV role in CBS's The Verdict Is Yours in 1958. She appeared in other shows like Naked City, Harrigan and Son, Maverick, Surfside 6, The Untouchables, and I Dream of Jeannie. MacRae's biggest role was as Lou Ann Poovey in CBS's Gomer Pyle USMC. She played the girlfriend of Jim Nabors' character for 3 years until the show ended in 1969. MacRae also starred in several soap operas, including General Hospital, where she played Meg Baldwin from 1969 to 1973. She was also in Days of Our Lives, Guiding Light, Search for Tomorrow, and Another World. MacRae appeared in movies too, such as Love in a Goldfish Bowl, Everything's Ducky, For Love or Money, The Conversation, and Eddie and the Cruisers to See 2, Eddie Lives. After 30 years in Hollywood, MacRae retired and moved back to North Carolina with her husband, Charles Day Halsey Jr. They retired in Fayetteville. Albert S. Ruddy, a colorful Canadian-born producer and writer who won Oscars for The Godfather and $1 Million Baby, developed the raucous prison sports comedy The Longest Yard, and helped create the hit sitcom Hogan's Heroes, has died at age 94. Ruddy died peacefully at the UCLA Medical Center, according to a spokesperson, who added that among his final words were, "The game is over, but we won the game." Tall and muscular, with a raspy voice and a city kid's swagger, Ruddy produced more than 30 movies and was on hand for the very top and very bottom. From The Godfather and $1 Million Baby to Cannonball Run 2 and Megaforce, nominees for Golden Raspberry Awards for Worst Movie of the Year. Ruddy was married to Wanda McDaniel, a sales executive and liaison for Giorgio Armani, who helped make the brand omnipresent in Hollywood, whether in movies or at promotional events. They had 2 children. Born in Montreal in 1930, Albert Stotland Ruddy moved to the U.S. as a child and was raised in New York City. After graduating from the University of Southern California, he was working as an architect when he met TV actor Bernard Fine in the early 1960s. Ruddy had tired of his career, and he and Fine decided to develop a TV series, even though neither had done any writing. Australia's longest-serving DJ Bob Rogers, who had a 78-year broadcasting career, dies aged 97. Sydney radio would not have been the same without Bob Rogers, and won't be quite the same again. He was one of the first to play popular music, the first to have a top 40 show, and one of the first to fight for announcers to get proper pay and secure contracts. He went on working into his 80s, chatting, gossiping, playing music that people liked, and having a good time on air. He was still working until 2018 after a life of being up and down in the ratings, twice fired for letting swear words on air, and retiring more times than anyone could count. He also showed he had more than the traditional good head for radio by doing 2 television programs and posing naked, twice as a Clio centerfold. In 2002, Rogers was one of the first 2 people named in the Australian Radio Hall of Fame. Away from radio, he spent his last years working with his youngest daughter, Sky, on his biography and grumbling about being old, while keeping up a full social life, reading widely and telling everyone what his daughters were doing and how proud he was of them. Rogers was born in December 1926 on a farm near Donald in Victoria, and remembered the day his parents bought a radio, which entranced him. The family moved on to Melbourne, and he got a job at 3XY on 19.6 a week. By 1949, he was in Sydney on 8 to 10.0 a week, 2s above the basic wage, but overslept one day and was fired. He is survived by Jerry, their daughters Sheridan, the food writer, Brett, Justin and Sky, and 4 grandchildren.